Good morning. Happy Sunday to you. You have to excuse background noise. I'm just going to start recording videos in the environment in which I live. So I have been wanting to do a video on natural deodorants. Probably now 2 years ago, I decided that I wanted to use natural deodorants. I did not want to use store-bought because I just have this thing, you know, I haven't done a whole lot of research, but some things just make sense and some things don't. So when it comes to deodorant, it just didn't sit right with me to like completely block the functions of your glands, you know, the two major glands that are in your nose, and then not expect any repercussion, you know, i.e. if you're using antiperspirant and your body is not doing what it naturally does, what happens to what it normally excretes? So it just wasn't sitting right with me. Again, I'm not a doctor. I don't have a whole lot of research or support. I just wanted to use natural because I believe that I can still smell good or not be sweaty and disgusting and not stop my body from functioning the way it naturally should. So I've tried a couple of deodorants. The first one that I tried, I think it was Nakaido. Again, I'll find it and I'll put it in below. And it was good. The thing about it is that ordering it online is sometimes tough for me because I'm one of those people that doesn't like keep track ahead of time. So I run out and then it's like, dang, I don't know order it. Which is what happened. And so then I switched to, I used Tings for a little bit. I've used that a couple times, you know, the store organic, which to me is not truly organic. When I look at the label, I'm like, no, this is not what I mean. Like I want like good deodorant, like not store, not with any of these preservatives. I'm sorry, this lipstick is getting on my nerves, you guys. Anyway, Tings is out the door. Like that doesn't even hold me either. So, but that first one I used was good. It took a little bit to get good. Like at first it was like my armpits were like sweaty. So then I used for a while, I think I've used at least for like a year, just about, the Sorenzo deodorant, which I love because it's in the push-up. It kept me dry. What would happen sometimes by the end of the day though is that I could kind of smell myself, but it would have to be like a hectic day. Like it wasn't like just I got up and got dressed. No, it was after if I had been going, doing. So I was cool with that because I'm like, okay, it's not every day. A friend of mine who I believe she is vegan, correct me if I'm wrong, she cooks really, really well. So she had started doing like cheesecakes, and I had bought a cheesecake from her last time I was home in New York for Thanksgiving, because she is based out of New York. And then in the past year, she started doing deodorant. Like she just is a big supporter of all things natural, of eating no meat, that kind of thing. We went to high school together, and she was a very close friend of mine. So I was like, it was no brainer as far as like supporting her again with the cheesecakes. And then when the deodorant came out, I was like, I had every intention of buying it. She actually sent me what I'm getting ready to show you guys. So back in November, she sent me 2 ounces to try. Again, I was already prepared to buy it because I had seen some reviews of people who had it, and I was like, okay, let me try this deodorant. So she sent me this. Again, this is back in November. This was probably about the second week in November, because on the 19th is when I first gave her feedback for this. I've been using this since mid-November. You see where I'm at, just about the halfway point. The first thing when I got it, I really liked the push-up. So I was like, oh man, this is a glass jar. Again, 2 ounces, and it was to the brim. And I was like, dang, how do I put it on? So she does send it with a really cute card, and this, I think she actually sent 2 tongue depressors. I don't know where my bag is. Sweet Tings, I'll put it below, but Sweet Tings. And she's out of New York. She will ship it. She has 2 ounce, 4 ounce, and I believe 8 ounce. It's the consistency of deodorant. Like it's soft solid, put it that way. If you guys can see, I'm like pressing into it. Yeah. But I was like, how am I gonna put this on? So I was like, okay, I guess that's what this is for, the tongue depressor. So I went ahead and started. The first time I did it, I put probably like this much on there. I'm trying to show you without losing it. on there, and I tried to apply directly with this tongue depressor. I didn't feel like that worked well. It like, you know, immediately fell out. Deodorant has like that dry, the baking soda feel. I didn't want to feel that on my fingers, but I did want to try it. And I have to tell you guys, that is the best way to apply it. So normally in the mornings, like, you really don't have to use a lot, which is another reason I love this. I don't know if you guys can see that. I need to give you guys like this, boom, YouTube special, like that amount. And what I do is I literally get it on my fingers. However, like if you want to press it, sometimes I just, like I said, kind of like smooth it, because as soon as it touches your body, it melts, almost like coconut oil. Not like it doesn't get oily consistency, but it melts. So all I have to do is like literally I press it, like I hold for literally 2 seconds, and then it's like melting. It's smooth. It smooths right under your arm, no issue. And I'm gonna say that, you know, because I already put deodorant on for the day. That's it. And you don't have to use a lot. Like literally, I do like a line, spread it under a little bit. That's it. Rinse my fingers. As you can see, it's like it has the powdery somewhat consistency, but not really. It's really not. So I just rinse with water. I'm done. So I'd say all that to say I got over it really quick. I got over the application because this deodorant, I'm at the point now where if I don't have this on today, you're not going to smell it. Like, it's almost similar to me, the experience that I've had with store-bought deodorants, where it's like sometimes you might forget a day and you'll be all right. You'll be all right. Like, this deodorant holds me all day. There's no end of the day anything. Like, not once, no matter what I've done, whether I go work out, whether I had a rough day I'm running around, don't smell, and I stay dry. That's the other thing. I stay completely dry. Completely dry. I think I'll definitely be able to use this 2 ounce for at least 3 months. So I'm going to get the bigger and just go with it. I told Ting that I think it would be great for her to do some kind of like additional products, because this works so well on underarm. Like, she just needs to own underarm health, because this is great. It is a great all-natural product. You have to order directly through her via either, I believe, Facebook or Instagram. I don't think she has a website yet, but she is very active on both those social medias, and she's definitely a wealth of information. As far as you'll see that if you start following her, she does meal prep. If you live in New York, particularly Westchester County, you need to get with her, because she does do meal prep. I think you can pay her to do it for you. She does sell cheesecakes. She does have deodorant, and she is expanding her natural product. This right now, I think, is the only thing that ships. The food cannot ship, but the deodorant, she ships anywhere, and I highly recommend it. If you want to try it, I almost wish I had started with this. You know, it's always good trial and error to get to something great, but this deodorant is amazing. I'm dry, I do not smell, and I'm using a natural deodorant, which really, really makes me happy. Straight to Sweet Tings deodorant, natural deodorant.